God. It's session 26 of the plot for power. Only 48 days since we last played. What?
Man.
Only.
Wow.
Last session was so epic, I bet. Nothing of importance happened.
Honestly,
Nothing.
not really, no.
Dude, why did my title not update? That's crazy. Yeah, you just fought for a bit, and, you know, people die when they're killed. Yeah. That's about that. So. Okay, so, does anyone want to do the recap? Looks at one specific person.
I wasn't here for half of it, so
Okay, you got it.
I know a person.
I'm pretty
Val.
sure
Val, you got this.
it'd have to be Jared or Caden.
Of course.
Oh,
You got
true.
this.
Jared, I'm putting you up to the stand.
You nominate him?
Alrighty then.
That's crazy.
Previously on Soural and the plot for power. Oh boy. The party woke up the next day. Bernard, with his speech, returned to him and began preparing for the day ahead, giving Volan specifically various magical buffs to aid him for his fight. Eventually, the party headed off towards the Cock building. Inside, they were met with most of the Cock members and the meeting began. The trial was quickly touched upon, with Volan's opponent allowing Volan to bring in another fighter and a support to aid him, to which Volan chose Bernard and Alexandra. The meeting then turned towards the relic the party was initially tasked with acquiring. After revealing it and explaining what it did, it was eventually agreed upon that it should be given to the mages to decode its language so it could be used later. Throughout that talk, the party proceeded to out Archbishop Alaric, revealing his dealings with the Eye of Shadow in culling the Ursine population and his involvement in their enslavement, even revealing the Eye's likely planned attack for later that day, giving the proof of these claims to the head of the Adventurers Guild to look into. Eventually, with no more pressing topics to discuss, most of the Cock members cleared out aside from the Archbishop, who tried to convince Volan to come back to Lackland's Light. Volan gave a quick speech that basically rounded off into a go fuck yourself, and the party left towards the arena. There, Volan and Bernard were buffed to hell, bet pretty much all of their money, and entered the arena with Alexandra and a fucking zoo worth of animals in tow. The fight began with an explosion from nowhere, followed by arrows coming from the man hiding in the sky like the pussy he is. An annoying fight progressed, the party going from clone to find them. Eventually, Bernard managed to sniff him out, finally managing to press luck slightly, though he kept replacing himself with clones to flee. Eventually, they got a few hits off, but more and more clones kept appearing every round, forcing them to split their focus, all the while luck remained invisible. Eventually, Volan followed by Bernard's elephant, got some significant hits off, but afterwards luck struck down Bernard and killed him, making sure he couldn't be brought back, and proceeded to flee high into the sky away from where Volan could reach, and continued shooting him with arrows. With no real options remaining, Volan refusing to surrender, Alexandra tossed him the deck for one last act of bullshit. A genie arrived, offering a wish. Volan decided to return the dishonor he'd been shown back to Luck and made his wish, asking for himself and Bernard to be brought back to their peaks, and to bring down Luck to a point where they could hit him. The genie was about as much of a prick as Luck, however, and only brought back Bernard quickly so he could die again, and proceeded to start burning away at Volan as well. Volan, after one last act of defiance, died to the genie's magic. The crowd was silent at this whole exchange. No cheers or jeers were heard. Luck, with a scroll, quickly brought back Bernard and left the arena. as the party began to congregate around Volan's corpse. And that was where we left off.
Yeah, that was an entire debacle. Thank you for the recap. I'll give you an inspiration.
It was gold.
I can see how the author wasn't affected by the what he saw.
By the bias, yeah, no.
Yeah, I wonder who the author was.
Could be anyone.
Yeah.
Could be anyone.
Anyone with
Anyway.
eyes.
Yes. So, where we last left off, right after the fight, some of the people in the crowd, mostly the Adventurers Guild and Mages, people gave their condolences to Volan's unfortunate death, I guess. And you guys took Volan's body and headed back with the use of a teleport spell from Folkwin to Alexandra's manor, right on outside, towards in the courtyard, right? As you guys walk in silence, making your way towards the doorway. How do you guys feel? What do you guys do?
Pretty cold.
Yeah.
Lifeless.
Motionless even.
Mm.
Is Maxwell here with us?
Yes, he has it here. I will be him.
I turn to Maxwell and I say, how do we get him back?
Well, I was kinda, and he's gonna look at Folkwin, hoping Folkwin would know.
Falcon, please tell me you have a way.
There is a way, but it's fraught with risk.
What kind
it's,
of risk?
it's the deck.
What?
So one way.
All right, I'm draw cards until I can bring him back.
Well,
I will.
I will
I'll
say,
say, look, it's worth a shot.
out of character, you have to
Yep.
declare how many cards you want to draw for the day, for the deck. It's a once per use day thing. So,
How many cards are there?
how many cards are left?
We're really gonna draw cards from the deck.
Are you really doing this?
This like
How
how we get
many
back.
cards are left in the deck?
let me count. Okay.
You have a spell book that lets you cast any spell.
Bernard,
I mean-
Bernard. Wait.
Yep. I mean, up to 5th level, right?
Yeah, up to 5th.
I mean, it's too late for Revivify now, right?
Yep.
Right.
No, no. Folkwin cast Gentle Repose on him.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just cast Revivify from the book then.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
I am pretty sure this is not Volan's last. I suspect he became a writer of sorts in the future, so
Second.
I can only do one spell a day from the book, right?
Yes. Technically, you casted one spell today, but I'm gonna ignore it. You just can't use it tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, we could just wait till tomorrow and then I'll cast Raise Dead, but if you want to stick to the rules.
Give me a second. Okay.
Problem with Raise Dead is that it gives the -4 to everything.
Yep.
So
Okay. So, I'm going to say. Oh, and to answer your question, how many cards are there normally in the deck, or like a deck, so to speak?
52.
Okay, so
54
minus.
with jokers.
Yeah,
Okay,
54
yes.
jokers.
So minus 15, so there would be 39 cards left, FYI.
Okay.
And then I will say out of character, drawing on the jokers reveal 20 more cards for depending which one. So
Okay.
there's a lot.
So you could have infinite.
Almost. Yeah.
If you keep getting
almost.
jokers. Because
Okay.
like the Jokers could make more Jokers.
Potentially. Okay, so as you guys have Volan on Ravage, you take out your Codex of Wizard. Right. Are you doing it out here or are you doing it inside? That's what I want to know.
Wait, what?
Do you want to revive him out here or inside?
I will. I would like to stick to the rules since Gentle Repose works for 10 days.
Yep.
We'll just revive him tomorrow. I'll use Revivify tomorrow with the book since I technically already cast one today.
Okay, sure. That's what you want to do. All right. All
I'll
right.
tell the group. I'll bring him back tomorrow. He deserves some rest.
Bernard. Well, would you say Bernard knows enough about you to know that you... I'll DM you this. Sorry, I'll DM Jared.
Yeah, sure. Take
Oh.
your time. Take your time.
Oh.
I'm assuming he might not want to come back.
Yeah, I will say reviving creatures require them to be willing. So
Yes. Yeah.
So,
that's
yeah.
how I run it too. So
Yeah.
like, I'll cast it on him. If he doesn't want to come back, then it doesn't work.
suspense of the DMs.
Yes.
God, these children.
Does Bernard know that reviving a creature they have to be like willing? Does he know? Probably not, but
He would not know that.
When you bring him back tomorrow, he won't be happy at all.
I don't think he was happy even before yesterday.
No.
If he doesn't want to come back, he doesn't have to accept the spell.
Maxwell's gonna
I'd
say.
like to at least give him the option.
Max will say, Vulcan, can't you talk with him anyways? You talked to Emperor Glenn, right?
It doesn't work that way. They have to start the conversation.
Wait, can't you cast Speak with Dead?
Yeah, you have the spell as well.
Oh, I can force them to.
Yeah, if you really wanted
Okay.
to.
Oh, I
You have
didn't
to have
know
the
that.
body, but yeah, we do.
Yeah, we have him.
Okay. Okay, where is it? Speak with the dead.
Yum, yum, yum. It's in your Staff of Voices spells, FYI.
Now
Yes.
I'm looking for it. Speak with dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Since you're quite adept at talking with the dead people, I'm gonna give you an extra bonus. Roll a d4.
D4. Something is wrong.
What is wrong?
Only showing. It's like there's a black square on top of the dice.
Don't worry about it. Just roll /1d4. Do it
Ah,
manually.
dot roll, right?
Slash roll.
Flash roll. Flash roll. 1d4.
Okay. You can ask him an extra question, and it's not limited. You're all. Well. How can I change this? Okay, you can just ask him an extra question, and I guess he will be allowed to have follow-up questions, and but don't be applied to your questions, but limited to one.
I've always cast in that. Can Bernard ask Alexandra something?
Yep.
You mentioned he has to be willing to be
Yes.
revived.
Yep.
Mm.
All right. So
If I cast it and he doesn't want to come back, he doesn't have to come back.
He might not want to.
I'm aware.
Please.
What's a reason he cannot refuse to come back?
No, he
Would
can.
you guys know? Give him a reason to come back when we talk to him.
Okay.
Like Bernard, you and him have this brotherhood and bond.
I wouldn't go that far.
damn.
A
He might be
closeness.
warriors, and I saw him as an equal, but he may not see himself as much.
Oh, I thought there was a gentleness and compassion to your brotherhood.
Not at all.
Um,
Leave me one of these questions if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
There's the four of us, so we get one question each, and I get to tell him one last thing.
Okay. So, as you cast the spell Folkwin on Volan's corpse, you can see the spirit of Volan that was, but is no longer there, reappear. And I'll let Volan take it away from there.
Mm.
I'll say the only difference with your Speak of Death Folkwin is he's a little bit more alive, so to speak. So he can interact with you guys more.
Okay.
As his, I'll see what's if it's a representation of him. As you see his spirit or whatever coalesce above his corpse, he is. I doubt any of you have ever seen him as low. That's all I'll say.
I'll ask the first question. Volan, do you feel that your death was fair and honorable?
His head slowly tilts up towards you. No.
And I will assume that you want revenge. And I'll leave it at that. Whoever wants to ask next, go ahead.
I will allow Volan to reply to that if he wants.
Okay.
You'll just hear an exhale of air. So,
All right.
Okay.
revenge.
Who wants to be the
And you
next?
hear him mumble, or rather, you probably don't. You hear him mumble something. I'll say that. You can try to hear it if you want.
If anyone's passive perception is above a 15, they can hear it.
Can I make a guess to what it is? Would that help at all, or no? Am I above a 15 or 15 or more?
15 or higher, you can.
Mine's
pick it up.
15.
Okay, then. What would
Anyone
Volan have
with
said?
that will hear. I don't deserve revenge.
I don't know. Hmm.
Next up on who wants to ask him a question. Maxwell's gonna say, Bernard, you can have my question if you want to ask him another thing.
Sorry, the wrong button. Are you through then? Grim Greg, the church, Luck. You find if none of them live scot-free after facing you. I saw you as an equal.
I don't deserve to be an equal to you. You are greater than I am weak. I was weak with my god, I was weak without it. I'm weak.
You were the fiercest warrior I've ever faced!
And face me and struck you down, you did. Just like that coward, just like that other fucking thing.
Not without any scars.
Please.
You took a piece of me, and I took a piece of you. And together, we can get our revenge on them all. But I can't do it without you.
Of course you can.
Like hell I can.
You got this
Both of
far.
us.
It's your own fucking drive that got you here. I was just dead weight.
You lit the fire under my drive. I saw you fought. I saw someone like me and I got more motivated. I would be half the warrior I am now if you were not fighting on all those battlefields with me. One last chance. What you're feeling right now, fuel it towards your revenge, your strength, and strike them down.
I was struck down once by a fucking specter of a bygone age. And then by the fucking tricks of a coward and the magic of a genie I tried to dishonor fighting. I don't deserve the chance.
What about
Well,
Grim Greg? After what he's done to you.
He gave me a choice. He said, don't return to him unless I'm a monster. And I failed in that. I became a corpse twice over.
Olin, if you think you're weak and undeserving now, and you don't come back, that will forever be your legacy.
What I deserve.
It's not about what you deserve. It's about what you can become.
Another a corpse again.
Your fate isn't written.
You see that? And he points at his body.
If you come back and redeem yourself, maybe your legacy will be different. Not one of a weak man who gives up the first time he's met with resistance. Show me and show the world that that's not the case. Otherwise, you'll fade into obscurity. Forgotten.
That was always my fate. It was always what was going to happen, even if I succeeded. Someone else would have come along, cut me down, and that would have been it. Just the timetable moved up.
Wouldn't you rather have that happen at the hand of someone who deserves it? Someone worthy of bringing you down, not someone who cheats.
I wouldn't be worthy of an opponent. For whatever warrior, as he's... it's almost an imperceptible head tilt in Bernard's direction.
Maybe you're right.
Yes,
You're not
definitely
worthy
down.
yet. Become worthy. Give yourself a chance to become worthy.
We have not reached our peaks. Not by a long shot. You're the only warrior I've ever met that I've deemed worthy of being able to slay me down.
Come on, we're only level 8.
What?
Oh, sorry. It's like a power level thing I got. Like, keep track of.
When did we care about fates? About gods?
Broke the fourth wall.
If anyone's
I was struck down once before. A god gave me a second chance. I was struck down with that god's power you gave me. As he turns towards Maxwell, a second chance, and in doing that, I disavowed that god and called him weak.
This isn't about
And
gods.
I fell on my own power. On my own strength, I died all. Nothing changed. Nothing would change again.
So you're just gonna give up.
Please. You see his head just tilt downwards. If anyone wants to make an insight check on his ghost.
Sure.
If your insight's above a 14, you can
I
figure it
have
out
a
already.
14 on insight.
Okay.
Mine's 20 for some reason for passive.
It's because you have advantage on
advantage.
int, so it gives you a +5 normally. So
Okay, so it's 15.
yeah, 15.
Anyone with that knows that he is fucking defeated. Like, what he says, he truly believes that he was given multiple chances. And on his final chance, it was with his own strength, and that failed him too. He's defeated.
I will say you still have 3 more questions if you want to ask him.
Yeah. Pass my questions to the party.
Olin, do you want your life to end in shame and defeat? Forget about what you deserve. What you deserve changes with how you grow. Become someone that deserves a better death. Who cares about a better life, a better death? I know that's all you've cared about. Earn it. Come back and earn a better death.
While you think on that, I'm gonna say, Volan, you're gonna see some flame-like apparitions that's only visible to you appear behind Alexandra with their arms crossed. They don't say anything, but they're listening.
Anyone who's paying attention, his eyes will go to that. You know, looking past Alexandra to that form. I'll just say, this was the death I earned.
It doesn't have to be.
Twice before it happened.
You know what they say, third time's
Just
the
as
charm.
pathetic. That was the third time. The first time I tried to challenge someone that could not be challenged by that weak, pathetic self. The second time I tried to challenge with my weak, pathetic. And the third time I died to a fucking coward and a trickster as a weak, pathetic self.
You care so much about not being weak. And yet, you're choosing now to do the weakest thing possible. It's embarrassing. You're better than that.
Nothing would change. Again, he's still not looking at you.
Well, nothing will change if you don't even try. If you stay like this, you stay dead now. Nothing will change. You're right. If you try, maybe it will. And maybe it won't. But that's life, isn't it? That's death.
When we were in the crypts, you said we were destroyers. Warriors, savage and ruthless. What happened to that? Don't we use everything in our advantage to get back at the people we need to get revenge on? Even if it's ugly, we'll do it. You and I, we were never one for honor or faith. As long as we're living at the end of the day, we won. You deem me a warrior greater than yourself. And that warrior is telling you right now you are my equal.
Again, he's looking in the middle distance towards just something behind Alexandra.
Right now to look that way.
You see nothing.
Bernard,
What are you
if
looking at?
if he chooses to give up here, he's not your equal and never will be. And I walk away.
Right now it says, what are you looking at? But he's not actually, he's just asking, like, to himself. He's not asking, like, the questions of Olin.
I'll allow it.
I just realized that after.
Rise, Volan.
Olin is just going to say, doesn't seem to be directed at you. It's probably towards where Alexandra is going unintentionally. He's just going to say, why are you here, I wonder? To gloat, perhaps. What I became without you.
You see the apparition mouth words, but it doesn't. Nothing comes out of it. And I'll have you roll insight or perception, either or, I guess.
I can't access his character sheet, but I can see it, so I would just manually.
Sure.
+4. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
no. I should have seen that coming. Oh well.
I know that one.
Hey.
That's basically your insight passive, right? Or is that or is it?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, perception or passive. I mean, which one were you rolling for?
Perception, since you gave me the option.
Okay.
Or well, either or well. Insight, I guess. If it's whatever's more. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I'll say even though no words were, no sound was released from their mouth, you know what they said, and the words that come to you off of inferring are to see what you have become. And they just stand there when those words, when you realize what those words mean. And slowly they start to dissipate as they know your time is waning with the 2 questions left. So, if anyone wants to ask the last 2.
With you or without you, this is how I ended up.
I already left.
Okay.
I said what I needed to say.
Mm-hmm.
Bernard, Folkwin, got 2 questions.
Bernard,
Assuming Volan's like just kind of talking to himself, not actually realizing there's something more to it, he's going to keep on going.
They're coming here to make sure you're dead. They're scared of you. They know what you can become, and they threw everything at you to prevent you. But despite that, you must rise. You must show them your true potential. You must show me your true potential, for no one can rival it.
My potential is the dirt.
And yet they come back to see you, to make sure they are scared of you. They know what you can become. I know what you can become. They try beating you down in every single corner. Why? Because they know you will come for their heads, and you will be successful.
I don't think I will. Look at what happened when I tried before. Every time. Twice in what, a fucking week? Either I was always this pathetic or I became this. What difference does it make? The moment I started caring, I started fucking dying. Again and fucking again.
And with that, you have
Does that
one
count as 1
question
or
left.
2?
That counts as 1. You have 1 more question left.
you have more, Bernard?
No, nothing. I have nothing to try to convince him anymore. He's given up.
Did
Then I have failed you. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Where? I'll carry out your final wish. Where is Grim Greg?
He's a fucking pirate. At the sea, most likely.
Tell him you send your regards, and you'll be waiting for him. Or would you like to do that yourself? Strike him down.
I wouldn't be capable of it. You can. You don't need me. Half of my power is in that fucking carry.
Wait, sorry, you cut out.
Half of my power is in that fucking sword I carried. You want to cut them down. If you want to fill out what I asked. Use that. Disgrace it. It was his.
Duch, that coward, Bim Greg. I'll send them all to you. Then you can get your own revenge. Friend.
You see him fucking halt for a moment. As he like turns to look at you as I think. And I think, because that was the last question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have one extra, right? Because of my role.
I put it into account already.
Oh, you did?
But
Okay.
I'll allow you to ask a question considering your relationship with the dead. Yeah.
Necromantic skills.
Yes.
As you look up at
yeah, go ahead.
As Roland looks up at Bernard, it's not much disappointment as much understanding where he's coming from.
And as Volan begins to lose the form,
you see just a weird sign of recognition behind his helmet in his eyes. As well as surprise.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. I'm gonna use my death gifts to talk to Bolden just with my mind.
Sure.
I'm gonna
anticipate.
Yeah, Bolden. The only reason you keep failing and failing all over again is because you let your enemies choose the battleground or influence the battleground for you. And you are doing it again by sending Bernard to a battleground of your enemy's choosing. Bernard might die, and it's all because of you. Tomorrow we will revivify you. Come back or don't come back, but I'll be there with Bernard to try to keep him alive. The choice is yours. It's the one choice I respect the dead to have, and I won't take that away from you. Then I walk away as well.
He's just looking towards Bernard as you said this.
Bernard just looks up at you, dissipating.
I think Maxwell would do the same, and he would kind of wave.
And right before he fully disappears, there's a clenching of his fist as he fades away.
Right. Well.
A shame. That's just too bad.
Okay. Well, as you guys make your way to the door of Alexandra's estate, who Alexandra just got there. I'll say you can hear the, Volan's animal companions just shortly behind you as they saw Volan for the last time. And they just follow you, Bernard and Folkwin, walking instead of flying. Obviously, Ravage can walk only, but
Hmm.
they follow you.
Okay.
We still try to spell turmoil. This.
I'll try
I-
it. I don't
I
have
don't think-
confidence that he'll. I don't know. I think he's lost.
Hmm.
Right.
But I'll
Well.
give him one last chance.
Let him think on it. Maybe he'll change his mind.
Okay.
I don't have much confidence either, though.
All right. Well, as you open the door into your manor, Alexandra, you are greeted by your head butler, Alfred.
Hello, Alfred. It's been a long day.
Yes, lady, Alexandra. I would imagine you would like to go to your room, but I'm afraid someone requires your presence in the dining hall.
Who is it?
I think it's better for you to see for yourself, lady. They
Okay,
are quite
follow.
rambunctious.
I'll follow him in.
Okay.
Can Bernard? Actually, Bernard with turmoil. Never mind.
All right. Well, Alfred leads you into the dining hall, and that is when you are met at a quite change in scenery in terms of atmosphere. As you are greeted by two individuals sitting across from each other on the dining table, a man and a female. Immediately, you know that the female, while it isn't evident, you feel they are the same as you, and you kind of put two and two together, and this was the changeling that was unconscious that you brought a while ago.
Gotcha.
But I will allow them to introduce themselves as they are sharing, it seems to be some tea or a meal, who knows. But I will allow either of them to go first, so you can take it away. Please describe what your character is doing at this table.
I'll say to the woman, it's good to see you up and moving about. Glad to see you again. Who's your friend?
Who's my friend? You see, the woman stands up, acknowledging the party's presence, and I'm just gonna describe her appearance. You see her, appearing to be a human female standing at a height about 5'8". Her fair skin is contrasted with the darkness of her hair, cascading down to her waist. And she is wearing a long flowing purple dress that brushes the floor, and framing her face are a pair of piercing dark purple eyes. And yep, so she acknowledges the party's presence. She's confused at the question that Alexandra just asked, not knowing who Alexandra is, although she knows that Alexandra is presumably the lady of the house. So, anyways, despite her exterior composure, you can still see that her body tenses up instinctively, her eyes scanning the party for any signs of potential danger. Her gaze is tense, as if ready to strike at any moment. She says, I assume that you guys know my real identity. A changeling, disdained by all, and yet you still brought me here and sheltered me? Tell me, what is the catch? People don't do things like this without expecting something in return, and my fate is very much at your mercy given your numbers advantage.
Let's just say we protect our own. And I'll change my appearance into my normal changeling appearance.
No.
Actually,
Oh. Yeah.
Does folk win? I don't know if the rest of them know, other than...
They know. They know.
Did that happen? I thought it was only
Yeah,
Volan who knew. I can't remember.
Well, I'm pretty sure I showed
She's
everyone.
changed
But
her shape before, I think.
yeah, I've changed my
Okay.
face in front of
I
my.
don't know if they've shown like the regular, like true face. But...
Yeah, I don't know
Got
if they've seen the true face, but they've seen me change.
Got it.
before.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
Okay, what does Alexandra's true face looks like?
She's very pale, with white hair. Can't. Gender is hard to place. And yeah, very pale skin. She has like dark eyes, like dark gray eyes. Looks like all the color has been washed out. You can kind of see some features that resemble her human form that she takes mostly. But yeah.
Well, she is very surprised, but she kind of tones down the hostility, and she doesn't say much more. She sits back down, took a sip of the tea in front of her, and said, "My name is Jin," and that is it.
Well, nice to meet you, Jin. We brought you out of that place that you were being held. You were unconscious, but I'm glad you're okay.
What did you mean when you asked me who my friend is?
Hey, didn't you say there's someone else here?
Yeah,
that she's talking to?
there's someone on the other side of the
Yeah.
table who's
Oh.
just sipping their tea.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
That's
Who's
I
just
don't
been
know them either.
watching this whole interaction,
Yeah.
a smile cross-legged.
So who
And
is
I
this?
guess I'll describe him. Across the table with his tea, you see a tall, well-dressed, thin man wearing black dress shoes and pants, a white dress shirt and a black vest with a black tailcoat with a deep red lining. He wears two different colored right, and atop his head is a tall black top hat with a red band at the base. He seems to be a half-elven man, slicked back hair, black medium-length hair, and a mustache and a pointed goatee. Strangely, though, he has pale blue skin and glowing orange eyes, and a wide smile stretches across.
All right, I know a devil when I see one.
What? Jared, do you want me to show them the
Yeah,
Hero Forge version?
yeah, sure.
Okay, got it. Here,
It's a more accurate. This is just the
Yeah.
original.
This is what you see in chat.
Oh,
Orange eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
is that fucking Blicky?
That is a silver cane
where'd you
that's
put it?
next to him. It's in
It's in
Oh,
the-
it's right. Foundry.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
yes, the more accurate
Ew,
version.
okay. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's a cane.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Uh-huh.
more of a silver ball handle cane rather than that, but
Yeah.
Is it
I
long
suppose
enough?
that's my cue then. Stands up, takes off his hat in one hand, and bows at the waist. Sir Sanguisir Vespatilio. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. All of your acquaintances.
Oh, you're not a devil, you're a
Oh.
vampire.
A what?
Very judgmental today.
Honestly. Seemingly. And you, however, must be Alexandra.
I am.
Ah. Wonderful. Andreas and Adriana told me quite a bit about you. They're quite proud.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a sip of the tea. So, you're the... however many... descendant of Rizzard. However many... generations between.
Yes. We are descended from him.
Hmm. curious. His family line has gone for quite a long time.
Not
Most don't
gone.
make it that far.
Not gone, just hiding.
Hiding, well, you seem to be doing quite well for yourselves. I guess that makes sense, considering
Thanks to my
who Rizard
parents.
was. So it would seem. A pleasure. What are the rest of your names? I only know one, and now two, thanks to
This
lovely
is
Jin here.
Bernard, Folquin, and Maxwell.
Pleasure to be meeting all of you.
Hi there.
Ah,
So to
why
what
the
do we
tower
owe,
faces?
to what do we owe the pleasure?
Well, you see, there I was, taking a well-deserved nap, when suddenly I woke up.
Okay,
Yes.
go on.
Well, I wandered around for a bit, and I came here.
Why?
Well, it seemed the most logical place to come to.
Why would it be logical to come here?
Well, I had to walk through under a lake to get here.
Under a lake.
Hmm.
We were just at the bottom of a lake.
Yes, I figured. I figured if anyone was going to be, well, at a place where Rizard was known, it would be one of his own family.
So who are you?
Been quite a long time. Sir Sanguisir Vespatilio! As he does the
Okay,
whole
you told me your
again.
name, but who are you?
I am who I am.
And how do you
Did you-
know? How do you know Rizard?
He was a friend, I suppose.
How old are you?
You see him put his hand to his chin for a moment, stroking it. Then he puts up a finger, like a one moment thing. He reaches into a coat pocket and pulls out a really old looking piece of paper. Like very old.
Yes, Jen, I can see that.
You see him glance at it for a moment, brush some soot off it, and go, 26.
Yeah.
26.
26 centuries? Decades?
Yeah. Pulls it out again. No, just 26.
Hmm.
At least according to my identification, as he pulls it out. And you read at the top. It's hard to make out a lot of the lettering because of the age of the paper and some obvious damage that's been done to it from various different sources, seemingly. But he managed to make out the word Waterdeep.
What's a Waterdeep?
Oh, the great city of yeah, wait. I'm still over here, aren't I?
Is this Gale of Waterdeep?
Oh,
Do you know a guy named Gale?
never met him.
Oh.
No, so you see, I happened across this place a while ago. Met up with the kindly Rizard and his lovely wife Lyra. Then after a few while, I ended up taking a nap, and then I woke up in seemingly his tomb.
Do I know how old Rizard was, or like how long ago he was alive?
That would have been about fuck. I believe it was 100 or 200 years. I think it was 200, 300.
I think 200 around.
Yeah, I think it was around 200 years ago.
How are you alive?
Good sleep. Balanced diet. Regular exercise always helps.
I see.
See him smile wide. Toothy grin. With some pointed teeth.
So.
Oh yes,
why
the
are
reason I'm here. I've come to offer my services.
For
Please do I
free.
get bored? Yes.
What kind of services do you provide?
Magical, mostly. See,
Magical.
from what I've been hearing around this fine town, is that you and your friends are currently in the center of a whole bunch of interesting shenanigans
That's one way to
that
put it.
I'd like to witness.
I see.
Yes,
And you are a friend of Wizards.
yes. Good friend of mine.
All right. I guess we'll give you a shot. Jin, what about you? What brings you here? You said you're at our mercy, but
But I think she said you brought them there.
well,
Yeah.
yes, but do you not have somewhere to go now that you're free?
Not really. I don't remember much.
I see. Hmm. And you'd like to travel with us?
I mean, I barely know you guys. I have no idea what you guys are up to. Like I said, I am at your mercy, and I should repay what you have done for me.
I'll give her the quick rundown of kind of what we're into. I'll tell her about the cock
Yep.
and what's going on with that. And I'll talk about how we just lost one of our friends. And I say, the stuff we get into is quite dangerous. Can you handle yourself in a fight?
I like to believe myself as a good fighter.
What's your expertise?
Oh, I am a spellblade.
Oh,
Has Bernard ever heard of a spellblade before? In this many
I
battles?
would say yes. They go amongst many names. Spellblade is one of them, but generally speaking, they're masters of that mix martial and magic in tandem.
Ooh.
Wait, out of character. This place hates magic. Yes? Question mark?
It's restricted, quite. Yes.
It's restricted. Okay, I'm gonna go on. And Jim will say, I know that I usually don't reveal my expertise to people, but given that you guys know my true identity already, I'm assuming that you guys need to lend all the power you can get, and also would be trustworthy enough to
oh,
not
don't
say anything
worry.
about my magical origins. Yes.
We use magic quite a bit in our endeavors. We're actually part of the force working to make magic less restricted in the city. You will be at least around us. Your magic is accepted.
I have seen the strength of a spellblade in action. You'll be a welcome addition.
Jin just kind of nods, but you can see that she's like a little bit doubtful of your words, but she doesn't say anything.
An 8 foot tall Erisign just nods back at you.
If
Bloodied.
Bernard has confidence in your strength in battle, that's all I need. I've only met one fighter that rivals him.
Bernard looks down at Sanguisier. And you're looking up and he's just basically all his hair is covered in blood.
What?
You're an interesting looking one. Not to worry, though. I've worked with large animals before.
That's.
Yeah.
I am an Erisine. I am not an animal.
Jumbo said the same thing. Well, not another sign.
What's a jumbo?
You
Lunch.
know what an elephant is?
Yeah, I can summon one.
Oh! Maybe you know him, then.
No.
Yeah, it was like that, then like you. But elephant.
Do we know what Loxodons are?
As far as I'm concerned, no.
So he's akin to an Erisine then. Alright.
I wonder.
Do you know?
Pulls out a sending stone. He presses it.
Mhm.
You ready?
Oh shit.
Am I ready? It's been so many years for sure.
Jumbo, are you by chance still alive? I know it's been like 250 years from what I did. How have you been?
Is Jumbo still alive?
He was a druid, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sanguisier? Is that you? Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
Yeah, like 25 words, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
He's still alive. Wonderful. And he puts it away.
No.
That's so
What was
mean.
that? Wait, what just happened?
That's so mean.
Okay,
You
excuse
just
me.
watched him pull out of sending stone, talk to someone, got that response back, and then just
Who?
put it away.
Who are you
Then-
talking to?
Hung up.
Jumbo!
Who?
Jumbo!
Jumbo.
Yes,
You're friends with Jumbo.
correct.
He's still alive.
Apparently.
You know
And
Jumbo?
he was alive back when you were alive before.
Before that, even. It's been a while. Wonder how his wife is doing. No one.
I assume Jumbo is Caden's character in the other campaign.
Yeah.
Yes, in our Avernus campaign, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mhm. This is an old character.
Yep.
Yep.
What is
So-
your name again?
Takes off his hat, does the bell. So, Sanguisier Vespertilio.
Were you always like this, like before?
Mostly.
A
see.
demonstration, perhaps, Sanguisier, and Falkman
Um,
looks at Bernard's bloodied coat.
I'll call Alfred and I'll say, yeah, bring in one of the chickens from outside, unslaughtered, please. Thank you.
Of course. He comes back in a dash, like literally 1 minute later.
Yep.
And out of breath. Here you are.
What? He's just holding a chicken in his hand.
Yes.
Sanguisier,
Yes. He looks
you eat
amused.
chicken.
He has not stopped smiling, for reference.
You eat chicken, Sanguisier.
Not normally, no.
Well,
I'm quite full, honestly.
you're quite. When was the last time you ate?
I was quite hungry waking up, so I took care of that. And I'm fine.
What did you have to eat?
Lovely brunch.
Of?
Sustenance.
Okay. Look, you're a guest in my house. I need to know what to feed you.
Don't you worry about that. I can take care of myself.
No, I insist.
No, please. I
It's,
wouldn't trouble you like that.
Oh no.
It's part of our tradition of hospitality. I have to feed you.
Is that new?
That's crazy.
I don't remember that.
Yes, it's new.
Don't you worry about it. Trust me. He smiles. Even wider.
Yep. That's a trustworthy
Mhm.
smile.
I'm gonna look at the butler.
Bring the food to my room when it's ready.
Of course. Any
Just,
any
Take
requests?
the chicken to the kitchens and roast it up nicely. We can have a nice dinner.
Of course, of course.
Mm.
It's been a long day, and I've died already once today.
Oh, that sounds like a story.
And he just goes up to his room.
And off he goes.
He's not really the talking type.
You know,
So it
Bernard,
seems.
you see Bernard rub his forehead each time Sangresu talked.
As he goes, as he starts to walk out of the room, Sangosir will just snap his fingers, say some words, and prestidigitate some of his coat clean. His fur clean of blood.
Okay.
Just kind of flex off of him as he goes.
Do you need like a coffin or something to sleep in?
Heavens, no! What do you take me for? Some creature of the night?
Wow.
Hmm. Well, what's on the schedule for the day? If anything. Or was it just bedtime?
Well, how late is it? It's pretty late, right?
It was like afternoon when the fight happened. So it's like approaching dinner effectively. This was like, yeah.
Oh, it should be close to dinner time. I think Bernard wanted to turn in, but well, as soon as that chicken gets cooked up and whatever else the chefs are gonna provide for dinner, we'll probably have a nice supper if you'd like to join us. I know you said you're full, but well, we do have wine.
Oh, I'd love the conversation, if nothing else.
Yes, you seem like quite the conversationalist.
So you all get all the best information and stories.
And Jin, of course, you're welcome as well. You're a guest in my house.
Thank you.
All right.
Dang.
All right. So I take it as you guys are just gonna wait for dinner and do that. But aside from that, what else do you guys actually want to do?
You want to clean up like Bernard and come down for dinner.
Okay. All right. I'll let you guys take a short rest then for dinner. So if you want to
Okay.
do any of that, so
I'll send one of the servants to Bernard's room to tell him that we're serving dinner if he would like to join.
sure. As servant does that, Bernard.
Sorry. I got some hit dice available.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
Thanks, sorry about that.
I'm full HP, so I'm not gonna.
Bernard
Yeah.
feeling a bit better now.
Oh, I would imagine.
And
73 hit points.
it's feeling slightly more sociable. Not really. And then he will be okay sitting down at dinner.
All right. So, as you return and reconvene for dinner time and conversation, Alexander, your parents are not present, but they seem to be doing something else. It's just you guys at the dinner table, or whoever chooses to come. Anything happen of significance? Any topics?
Sangosir asks about the adventures leading up to this point.
Is there anything I don't want to tell him about?
Maybe a beholder. And the Eye of Shadow, like that, like secret stuff. I don't know. I mean,
How trustworthy can I think this guy is? Like, can I do an insight check on him or something to see if like he's like a spy or something trying to get information from us to deliver to someone else?
you're more than welcome. I'll let Jared handle what he wants to roll contested. Well, you have reliable talent, by the way, so you're
Yeah,
welcome.
that's a 14.
Yeah.
Mm. All of his passive charisma skills, like all of the passives, would be at 19s.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So he's hard to read.
You can re-roll if you want with your hero point. It's up to you. You have one.
I don't think I care enough.
Okay. Okay.
I'll just kind of limit what I tell him. I won't give him any like anything too personal about any of us.
In what sense? But like the main like quest basically.
Yeah,
that
I'll
you
give him
guys-
like the main ideas, but I probably won't bring up Renan too
Okay.
much.
Sure.
Do you mention him out?
I would mention him and say that like he gave us the initial quest, but I won't say what happened to him.
Okay. I'll let Jared
I'll tell
respond.
him that we got the, we found the book and we brought it back and we gave it to the mages. And I'll tell him currently what's going on with the cock and yeah. Basically stuff that would be kind of public knowledge.
In the like the cock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll let Jared respond.
Interesting. Quite the adventure you've gone on so far.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty you've left out too. My word.
I
The
would also...
Renan's still kicking then. What do you know? Supposed to make sense.
I would imagine you would also bring up the Rakshasa as well, right? That's like one of the things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely something I would bring up.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, and
we're
Vincent
on the
might
run.
be around.
What's that?
Vincent might be around, eh?
You know him. This Rakshasa.
I mean, maybe.
What
met one
dealings have you
before.
had with Rakshasa in the past?
I think it was like a detective or something.
That does track. Are you on good terms with him?
He seemed friendly enough.
He is not friendly now.
Oh. That's a shame.
Yeah. He's kind of our main enemy, you could say.
Curious. Wonder what led him to this path of dastardly actions.
I couldn't tell you.
Suppose we can find out.
Yep.
Do you mention anything about the eye, by the way?
Yeah, how well would the eye stuff be known in the city or by like
I mean,
Yeah,
they're pretty rampant. Like, but no one knows like who like the leadership is. You guys know who it is. You found out.
I would probably tell him that we've been working to uncover who's behind the eye, but I probably won't go into any more detail than that, in fear that he would, tell someone in the eye that we're onto them.
Okay.
Curious. Okay, won't comment too much on that part, I guess. Wow. So what are your next steps, I wonder?
Our next steps. It's a good question. I haven't really had much time to think about it since what happened earlier today.
The death of one of your friends, yes?
Yes.
It was a shame when that happened.
It is.
It can get boring if they die too quickly.
No, I can assure you it was not boring. But, that's a little concerning. We do have a way to bring him back, but I think he's given up and doesn't necessarily want to come back.
Interesting. A broken spirit, eh? Well, you never know. You can always
Something
try.
like that.
Might as well give it a shot.
Oh.
One last hurrah.
Yeah, we'll give him one more try, and let him decide his fate.
Hmm.
We found Jin in like the Rakshasa's like crypt, right, or something.
Yes, like there was the Rakshasas where it was staying. It was connected to an altar where Jin was unconscious and where you found her. You guys
You know the
recognized.
Rakshasa.
Yep.
We found you in his crypt on an altar.
I'm sorry, I didn't fully hear what he said.
Oh. Do you know the Rakshasa? We found you in the crypt on an altar. His crypt,
I've-
I should say.
I've only ever heard of him, but I was not aware that I was in that crypt you guys talk about.
What is the last thing you remember from before?
If anything.
You see, I was dealing with some personal matter, and all I know is that I was attacked, and I was put into a coma.
You know who attacked you?
No.
Wasn't it like
Holquin, do you have some sort of way to restore her memory, or maybe if there's been a curse placed on her, or some sort of affliction, maybe you could cure it?
I have none. But I look to Sir Sanguisier.
Nope.
What kind of magic do you do, Sanguisier?
Hmm. The interesting kinds.
That is very vague and very useless.
I know. The magic isn't, though.
Well, I have this book that allows me to cast spells from it once a day, but currently it is going to be used tomorrow already, and we have already used it today. So give me a couple days. Maybe I can figure out a way to restore your memories to you.
Sounds like an interesting book.
It's Wizards. You've probably seen it.
Ah.
I'll pull it out and show it to him.
Or at least that's stood the test of time. Hmm. But he didn't.
Apparently
Strange.
not.
The one thing I'm confused about is anyone who I've asked about him coming up here.
Mhm.
No one seems to recognize him. No one knows. Which is very strange because he built the foundations for those wizardly fellows.
Interesting.
He pushed
Perhaps
a lot
they've-
of that forward.
Perhaps they've forgotten their history.
So it would seem. Yet
Maybe,
Drennan still lives.
Well, we're well acquainted with the one who leads them. Maybe you'll have a chance to speak with her and ask her those questions yourself.
Hmm.
I could send for her. Have her meet us here tomorrow.
If you'd like and you're willing. I'm curious.
You've raised some questions that I didn't know needed asking, so
Hmm. Yes,
I'll
indeed.
I'll call in Alfred and I'll have him write up a letter.
Sure. That gets sent immediately.
Yep. And yeah.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else have anything else they want to talk about at dinner?
After we try to revive Roland tomorrow, we're still going to free my people, right?
That is the plan, yes.
Free your people.
Quite.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I'm sure it does.
Hmm. He's smiling at you.
Brandon refuses to elaborate. He's like,
There's a
He
lot
doesn't
of
stop
things.
smiling either.
He's a man of few words, Bernard.
So it would seem. Is he a man? As he like stage whispers over the table.
Yes, he is.
Ah, okay. Making sure, you never know.
Maxwell is gonna ask you, Sanguisier, what your entire relationship with everyone in the past has to do with now. And if
With
there was
them?
any... Sorry?
I mean, with you? Like, the party?
Yeah. He's also gonna ask if there was any people of alchemical genius in your time that you recall.
Hmm. Well, as for my connection, you or their connection, it's mostly Wizard and that one, as he points toward.
You cut out
Again,
a lot,
you
by the way.
You seem to be
You've been cutting out.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you've been cutting out. Can you repeat your name again when you get back?
Of course. The Sanguisier. Well, as for the connections from the past, well, it just leads towards Alexandra, and considering Alexandra involved in the most interesting things going on, I'd like to be involved. I'd like to witness these things. It's entertaining.
If you can be helpful, then you can tag along. If you get in the way, we'll ask you to leave.
Sounds more than fair. Trust me, I'll be of plenty use, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
As for anyone of alchemical genius, well, Wizard himself got involved in quite many interesting things. Alchemy, I think he dabbled, but it wasn't his focus, that's for sure. Lyra was more like her disguise as that one. Fit in with her old, changeling
Mm-hmm.
idea. Does Sanguisier know of anyone of significant alchemical renown that he'd remember? Bother to?
Who are the names that I gave you again for of importance back then? Just say it. Do you remember?
There was Wizard, Renan, and Lyra.
Okay.
Those
Alright.
were like, all the actual named ones.
Okay.
Oh, and Valinor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Valinor and Co.
Then no, you would not.
Nope.
Shame.
Again, I think Wizard dabbled, but I'm just assuming, really.
What woke you up exactly from your long sleep?
I'm not sure, really. A lot of magical backlash happening.
Yeah, that was probably us.
What's that?
What did you get down to down there? Or get up to down there? I should say.
I'll go ahead and recap the journey into the tomb.
Sure.
So Valinor remained as a specter. Curious.
did.
Curious indeed.
Some nasty business down there.
Huh. Wonder if Lyra's down there. Was Renan's body down there?
It
Oh,
was
not
not.
Renan,
correct?
Wizards.
It wasn't, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Because you literally talked to Renan.
Yeah, because his coffin was there, but just the book was inside, right? There was no body.
Hmm.
I mean, I think it kind of flew, like out of character. This is kind of flowing past your head, but I mean, Sanguisir has mentioned Renan a few amounts of time, so
Yeah. Well, I think we already knew Renan was like involved with Wizard, so
Mhm.
that doesn't really come as a surprise.
No body for Wizard. Renan's out there.
Hmm?
I wonder what became of Lyra.
We didn't see any sign of Lyra, right?
Nope.
In the tomb.
Wizard's wife was nowhere to be seen.
This is the first time hearing of her, to be honest.
Oh, lovely woman. I absolutely adored Wizard. Very
Well, if
frisky
they
as
were
well.
married, I'm sure she did.
Mm. No, quite good. Again, quite good at illusions and changing. You know, the whole changeling thing. She really expanded on, for sure. Had a love of magic and adventure.
Seems to run in the family.
So it would seem. Wonder if she's still with Wizard then. No body. Who knows? Who cares? We're in the present now.
That we are.
Know of any good gambling dens around town?
Oh no.
Not my area of expertise, but these guys said something about a fight club.
Maxwell's not gonna say anything.
Renan's gonna stay quiet.
Open.
We do have an interesting deck of cards.
Oh?
That is like gambling.
How is it?
I'll pull out the deck and I'll say, here, take one.
Sanguisir, his smile gets wider and fear, and far too fierce. And you just hear him go. Oh, it follows everywhere, it would seem. Everywhere.
You've seen it before.
Oh, one of its kind, at least. It's how my friend got his wife.
I see. All right.
One for old time's sake. He reaches towards it. I don't know if you pull away.
Oh my god. Life. Okay.
Ready for the void, and he just dies right there.
Where are my...
Jin, you're welcome to gamble as well if that's your cup of tea.
I'll just watch. Thank you.
Okay.
It's gonna explode.
I'm shuffling. You're drawing one card, you said?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
actually drawing a card.
One
Yeah, he's
for
right,
old time's sake.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This can only end well.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So there's 39 cards. You can also just name or put a number on a card from whatever place, and I'll draw it from there.
17.
Why do you have to pick my favorite number, bro? Okay, from where? From the top or bottom?
Or
Or wherever?
Top.
The top? Okay.
Mm.
Marriage, marriage, marriage.
That'd be the worst outcome.
Okay. Let me open this. Where did I put it? So you drew the Jack of Cloves? Whatever.
Ooh.
Clubs?
Clubbers?
Clubs. What is it, clubs again? Clubs is the leaf, right?
clover.
Looking thing.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Kill
Ooh.
myself. Can you
Well,
roll a
that's good for us.
D100? Can you roll a D100?
Of course.
Your wild magic activates.
Ooh,
Oh, he's a
Go!
wild magic character. Interesting.
58.
And I'm gonna open up my table.
Fireball centered on myself. Let's go.
Oh my
It's happened before.
god.
It'll happen again.
Okay, initially, a small personal rain cloud shows up above you. As that happens, man, like, why does this happen? Your Jack of Clubs turns into the Void card, literally.
Beautiful.
No way.
That's a void card. I feel like that's a bad card.
You see Sanguiseer, a portal appears behind him as
Ooh.
his soul is ripped from his body and is put into, and that portal closes as it takes his fucking body and it is trapped into that card. And you kind of just see the image of Sanguiseer on the void card.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
And
I love it.
I'll just say, oh my god.
Is it raining on the card?
Yeah, it's raining. It's raining.
Yeah,
But you hear a maniacal laugh of the beholder, Xanax, as the card is transported.
Is that you?
And that's that. I'm gonna fuck.
I
Oh
don't know
my
what just
God.
happened, but thank you.
I couldn't have ended better.
My God, bro.
So, is he just gone now? Do we know how to get him out of the card?
Folkwin.
Can we get an Arcana check?
Yeah, Folkwin. Anyone who's trained in Arcana or wants to attempt to try, just roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Come on,
Roll a natural one again.
Hey, you got reliable talent, man. 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Jin and Folkwin. You would know that, oh my god. Okay.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, Jin would know that his soul is trapped somewhere. She's heard of the deck with her studies. And, she'll say maybe that laugh has some insight as to where he is. And Falcon would know, can put two and two together to say, like, okay, he's trapped where the beholder is. So yeah.
He's trapped where the beholder is.
Silthanax, by the way, is the beholder's name.
That's funny as fuck.
That is amazing. That was actually fucking perfect.
Well, I'm sure we'll be taking down this guy at
Beholder?
some point, this beholder at some point, so yeah. Maybe we'll get him back someday.
Okay. Okay. At this point, what were their names again? Bograg and Dograd will start popping up.
Greg and you, Greg.
Yeah, we're going through all of your characters and
Yeah. Yeah, they're dropping like flies.
Oh my god.
Well,
Well,
Fucking god.
so
so did you guys catch his name? That was fast. He was here and gone in an instant.
just remind me, not Jin. What do we found Jin? She had like a baby with her or something.
Yeah, Volan killed the baby. The child.
Oh.
yeah, I wasn't gonna bring up the
Okay,
baby, hoping
well.
that she doesn't
Okay,
remember.
I'm not gonna be on the baby.
I'm gonna bring up the baby.
Let's go.
So, Jin, have you seen anything like that before? Like somebody getting absorbed into a card?
Um, I guess I've heard of it, but I am very surprised at his boldness to attempt at the card and you guys' apparent. You guys just look like you don't care. Somebody just got
Well,
swept away.
we've all drawn cards.
Oh,
By the way, his physical body's right there at the table still. It's just his soul.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I know his soul is gone, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
His,
okay.
I did not
body,
know his body was still here.
both his body and the card image, still smiling.
Yeah. I'll call in Alfred. Can we get him taken to one of the bedrooms and just lay him on a bed? Just leave him there. We'll refill his body at some point.
Sure.
Well, I see you guys are the adventurous kind.
Well, that's the only way to learn new things. If I hadn't drawn a card, we never would have met you or Sanguiseer or learned anything about Rizzard. So,
Literally.
yep.
Jin, when we found you at the temple, there was an infant nearby. Was that related to the personal matter you were handling, or?
No, it's not. I do not know any infants. I don't have any infants in my life. I also didn't know that there was an infant beside me.
Okay, that's good to know.
Mhm. I think we need to try to restore your memories.
What happened to the infant
Hmm.
if they're not here?
It's
So can I search Sanguiseer's belongings?
No,
What do you
he's
mean?
he's
I'll
already
say,
he's already in the room.
I'll say, unfortunately, the infant didn't make it. It was the spawn of some kind of demon or devil. It was fiendish in origin.
My safe.
As changelings, you would know that how you reproduce are unique, and obviously, a changeling can only have a changeling, or
Yes.
so it's like, so there's that.
Mhm. So it probably was not her child.
It was
What
most
you're getting
definitely
at.
not her child.
Yes.
But you would remember that Jin was being used as a catalyst of some kind.
Hmm. They were trying to use you for something.
Well,
We haven't quite discerned what.
I have no more information than you do, given I was in a coma the whole time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if you travel with us, we'll be able to find out.
Hopefully.
When you go to bed tonight, Jin, look for scars or tattoos that weren't there before the last time you were awake, before we found you.
Jin gives like a quick examination of her body. I don't see anything. That is an interesting note to give.
Hmm.
He's a cleric; he would know.
Just something demonic in matter oftentimes requires those marks done on the body.
Do I have marks on my body?
Not that you're aware of.
Mhm.
Nope.
Okay, that's not done then. Cross it off the list. Otherwise, welcome to the welcome to the party.
Hopefully, you last longer than Sanguiseer.
Zach, I
Oh,
didn't,
surely will.
Guess
I
you already
already
have.
am.
I didn't
Yeah.
even get to welcome Sang with here.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna turn in for the night. I'll see you all in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if any of you don't have anything else to do, you may long rest. And while we long rest, oh my god, are you serious? Okay. While we long rest, we're gonna take a 10-15 minute break, and then we'll play for the next hour. Then we'll be good to go.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Oh, neat. It automatically recharges all the items now.
Yes.
Be back.
All right. 1 hour break.
1 hour,
hour?
break.
No, sorry. 10-15 minutes. What the heck? We'll come back at 4:30. 4:30.
Another
What am I doing?
kerfuffle on the timing.
Sorry. My head is
So
all over the
4:30,
place.
right?
Yep, 4:30.
4:30. Okay, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
That was ignore, man.
Cool. So Jared, with that, you don't need to worry about anything, okay? Cool. All right, you ready, gamers? We're all back with the actual party.
Yep.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right, let me adjust your quest thing more. I'm gonna adjust this. Change this to 2 days. Okay, so the next day rolls around. If you haven't taken a long rest, please do it now. So there's that.
Yep.
I'm gonna release this guy and put this guy here. Yes. When? Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Anyone else need to do a long rest?
I don't think so. I think all of us did it.
All right.
Like a foreshadowing. We need a long rest for something.
No, I mean, did you want all your spells back?
Yeah, I did. It's like,
On back or no?
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Okay. Okay.
We're
So,
gonna need it.
as the next day rolls around, we're gonna pan to Alexandra first, since she was basically the first one to go to bed. You're gonna find yourself in your room. It's quiet. You know, you're used to Volan being in your room with the clamoring of metal, right?
Yep.
It's odd for once. But as you take a look around, you notice that on your nightstand next to you, normally nothing's there, but you find that the deck is there opened, and you don't know why.
Oh. Can I tell if there's any cards missing from yesterday?
Yes. 2 more
Okay.
cards are missing in addition to the one that Sanguisir drew.
Someone's gambling.
Someone drew some cards. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll wake up. I'm sure I have a bell or something in my room to call Alfred.
Yep.
I'll
Bougie.
yeah, definitely. I'll call Alfred and I'll tell him to wake everyone up and have them meet me in the breakfast room.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of see Alfred sweat for a moment as he wipes his sweat away immediately.
Is there something wrong?
Oh no, nothing's wrong. Just breakfast is waiting for you in the dining room. We have.
Can I insight check him to see if something's wrong?
Sure. Dude.
All right, I'm never rolling again. I swear to God. I rolled 3 times today. I got 1, 1, 2.
Yeah. I think something's going on.
He's known Alfred for many years.
Yeah. Okay. You can read him, and yeah, there definitely is something wrong aside from breakfast. That it was made.
Alfred, you can, whatever it is, tell me.
Of course, ma'am. Remember your friend that was asleep that you asked me to bring up?
Sank was here.
Yes. There was something wrong. Something happened, and I think you should.
What happened?
I'm getting too old to explain things these days. I think it's better for you to witness yourself.
Okay, take me to wherever.
And he just brings you to the dining table. But first he wakes up everyone to come with.
Okay.
And all you are awakened, or if you are already awake, because you require less sleep, they basically wait for you to get ready and come to the dining table. So, any qualms with that from everybody, or from anyone? No? Okay. So, as you guys make your way through the manor and are brought to the dining table, Alfred opens the double doors that lead into it, and you can see somebody sitting there.
Good morning.
You're
How's
back.
everyone this fine day?
You're back.
Did I ever leave?
Yes, you were taken into a card.
Oh, yes.
So, how'd you get back?
Bit of luck.
A bit of luck. I'm gonna need more of an explanation than that.
Well, I was given an opportunity.
By whom?
No idea.
Okay.
And I was given, well, more cards showed up, basically.
I noticed that 2 more were missing.
Mm. Quite convenient, that. So, one of those cards ended up being a wish.
You used our wish card.
Yes, for a chance to gamble for my soul.
I guess you won.
I also won the staff, because he pulls out a staff.
What does it do?
Something involving ice, I think.
Oh. Well, okay. Enjoy your ice staff, I guess.
Mm.
I'm gonna kill myself. Any game.
Fucking stupid.
Anyway, I guess that's one less thing to worry about.
Strange napping.
Wait, what's your strategy to keep drawing cards until you got out?
Mm. Normally my strategy is, let's see what happens.
Ah, so you were drawing cards until you got out.
Seemingly.
I knew that would
Anyway,
work.
well, we have more important business to attend to.
Not the weirdest thing I've done.
Let's
Oh yes, your dead friend.
let's go to where Volan is.
All right. You guys have your breakfast, I imagine, first.
Yep.
And you go to Volan's corpse, which is situated in a more solitude part of the house.
Yep.
For the most part, they've left his body as is. No one has really touched it.
Yep.
But
Outside? Wow.
no, it's inside the house somewhere.
Inside.
But yeah, so as you are all gathered here in the room where Volan's corpse is, how do you proceed?
I'll open Renan's book. Okay. I assume like it just has all of the spells like in it cataloged.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll flip to the page with Revivify.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to work, but we owe him the chance to come back if he wants it.
Okay. So
And
you
I will cast Revivify.
All right. As you cast Revivify, you are enveloped and taken away in what seems to be a divine light, all of you. You see yourselves next to each other, all of you there, with what just seems to be a torso. I mean, with your hands, your limbs, everything in place. You are naked, though. But the only thing that seems to be missing is your mouth. Your mouth, it just doesn't allow you, no matter what you do, no words seem to be released from your lips. But in front of you, you see Volan in what seems to be this very divinely lit openness And in the distance, with his back faced against him, or both backs are faced against each other, Volin, and what seems to be a flamely apparatus of that takes the shape of a person, a humanoid. And they begin to speak. To you guys that are watching, you can see this happening, but it doesn't seem that Volin can see you. He looks all around as he finds himself greeted in a place that he doesn't want to be in again. And
Are we able to move at all?
No, not really. You kind of are just stuck in place. You can see, I mean, your limbs and such, you know. You try to move, it doesn't work. You try to speak, nothing spoken. But you see Volin looking around. He doesn't appear to see you, but you see him and the other creature. And that other creature with his back turned against him speaks, and it says to you, Volin, "So, you're being offered another chance.
I haven't earned it. I don't deserve it. Do I? But you wanted me back. Why?
Can we speak?
No. You just, right now, you're just hearing it. But you kind of see the creature, the apparatus, the flaming apparatus that takes the shape of the humanoid. He looks at you guys, that he's aware of your presence. And you guys hear in your voice, or in your head, you'll be given an opportunity to say your piece. As this presence just overwhelms you. You can make a religion check, even Arcana if you want. But there you go.
Finally, I don't. Finally,
Yeah.
I don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. Folkwin, you would know that you're in the presence of a god. Jin and Alexandra, you know you're in the presence of something greater than you.
I'll roll. Woo!
Natural 1.
Who the fuck is this?
Maxwell, you can't really comprehend it, but you do know it is something greater.
Linguist here doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
Not his gods.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, Bernard.
-2. That's the first time I've seen a -2.
You don't know where you are at, but something's going on.
Something may be going on.
Indubitably.
Bernard thinks he fell asleep in his dreaming.
Yeah. But I will say Folkwin, Alexandra, and Maxwell, this presence is similar to when you met that creature, the Crypts, that spoke to you. And
The one that gave us Hero's Feast?
Yes, who gave you a deal, right? And I guess Bernard can pick up that is similar to this, considering he did make a deal with that creature.
Yep.
But Lachlan says to you, Volin, why? You're the last piece, last flame of me that exists on this world. That is why.
So when I die, you die. Or your power, influence, whatever you want to call it, dies with me. Is that it?
He thinks to himself, and Lachlan says, I think that is something related to it, yes. The clerics that share... well, that share my power. Their connection is... nothing, really. Whatever items I had left in Soural as a whole will still have that spark, but it'll be weakened. Me and the other gods are... well, I guess it's appropriate to say that we've abandoned you all, and...
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Can we hear this or no?
yes, you can hear this.
Okay.
There's something greater that requires our attention, and we're losing.
As weak as I am.
Don't get it twisted, though. In comparison to what we have given and have taught, I harbor no feelings towards you mortals. I guess, well, the only thing I really feel is pity. Unable to do something for yourselves. If it wasn't for us, you would have never have gotten magic. If it wasn't for us, you'd still be savages fighting the demons. But nonetheless,
Doesn't seem like much changed either way.
I will say
Savages fighting demons.
the thing that your friends are, and Lachlan looks at you lot, but Volan doesn't necessarily recognize this, that he's looking at you guys. Things that your companions, I would have called them your friends, are up against are... it's a losing battle, but
They would.
they can delay the inevitable. Fate is a finicky thing, and given the fact that you've been delaying your own fate, and even now you're delaying it, it's an interesting thing. Even us gods can't change that. Gods. Many of my fellow gods have died already, and it's the god of war, battle, strategy. I don't plan on losing, but maybe that time will come to an end.
Well, if nothing else, you're right about one thing. I wouldn't call them my friends. But they call me their friend. The bear calls me his friend. You want to cling to your power for as long as you can on this world.
If you do, you won't be the same.
I wouldn't ask to be the same.
you'd
Oh,
have
I ask.
a
Oh, well,
different mission.
this is the deal. I've promised the bear my aid. If he needs it, I'll aid him. That's it. The rest, you can do what you will with me.
The sword. You gave it to the bear, no?
He's free to pluck it off my corpse, sure.
That will be your final gift to him. That's how you will aid him. I have a different plan for you. And it might not agree, as he looks over to the party. Might align with them, but I will make an exception for that one time. You can aid them. But there will be a certain event that I foresee that will put you at a crossroads. And this is not my doing, but it will be inevitable.
I guess we'll see what happens then. Even if you put me against them, the bear will cut me down again. That I know.
I look forward to it. But when you return, you won't be the Volan they know, other than this. As he extends his hand and he releases a flame, he says, "Take this, put it into the sword. We'll allow it to ignite forever, be imbued with my power, what's left of it. And it will be up for the bear to decide what to do with it. If he manages to find its sister sword, he'll be able to ignite it and do what he please. But you will go on a separate path from them, except for that one time in need, for when that bear calls for you. But keep in mind, there will be one part in history in the future that I might not be able to intervene.
I'm sure you'd do a shitty job of it even if you could. They'll come through.
If that's what you say. And Lachlan then looks to the party as your mouths return to yourselves, and he still say, "Do you have anything to say to him?" I think he has.
What the fuck are you talking to?
As you see the party like appear in front of, like, to your side.
Now what the fuck?
You're only here because of them. Have you any final words or things to say before?
Who are you to dictate his life and death? He chose to serve you by choice. He can choose to stop at any time.
Chose?
If he comes back, it won't be for you. It'll be for him and for us.
Is that the history you've told them, Bolin?
I didn't tell them fucking anything. I didn't tell anyone fucking anything.
Doesn't matter. There's always a choice.
I've made mine. Were you here the whole fucking time?
Yes.
What? You're just gonna give us a sword that's supposed to replace you? And you're gonna go with this so-called god?
Uh,
We need you more than he does. You can't abandon us now.
Are you
Oh,
that
good.
determined to be his pawn in life and death?
hmm. I'm weak. He's weak. We're
Alone,
fucking
maybe
made
you are
for each
weak.
other, seemingly.
Alone, maybe you are weak, but with us, you are strong.
With you, I died twice. If anything, you made me weak.
Then die a third time.
I'm sure I will
You
at
think
some
dying?
point.
You think dying makes you weak? Dying and having the courage to keep fighting is what would make you strong. So have that courage. If you are weak, it's because you choose to be so.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be trying to get you back if you were weak, Volan. And I wouldn't need of your services once if you were weak.
I only offer them once because of your words. Is the only reason I made this deal in the first fucking place.
Yeah.
Take the fucking sword. If you need me, you can call on me. He gets to fucking puppeteer my corpse around for as long as I still exist. I'll finally be the monster I've always wanted to be.
You
Take the help or
disappoint me,
don't.
Roland.
I don't fucking care.
You will. When he's used you up and you have nothing left.
Oh, then I'll be just
You'll
back
remember
where I
the
started anyways.
You'll remember the friends that you betrayed. And for what?
I don't have any friends.
Not anymore, you don't.
Hmm. Use
Try my
the sword
best.
if you want, Bear.
This is it then. You're through.
I was always through.
He's given up on himself and he's given up on us.
I'll remember you always as the fiercest warrior I've ever met. The man who could be my equal. Forced to be a fated specter's puppet.
I'll remember him as a coward.
I'll never forget those battlefields we fought on. I never believed in anything like fate, but it was kind of funny how we always found each other on the same side.
Hmm. Well, you have the choice to bring me into one more.
Who do you want me to use it on?
Who the fuck you want? Whatever you need dead.
No. I'll plan out something more grander for you. The largest battlefield this world has ever seen.
Do as you will, Bear. Do as you will.
Bernard, just let him go.
Be seeing you. And
He-
he'll stop.
He won't have a sliver of appreciation for anything we've done for him. Or will do for him.
I know.
Lachlan will say, well, if none of you have anything else to say, our business is done here.
I respect the dead more than the living. So in this case, I have nothing else to say if this is what Poland wants.
I'll fight well in death, Fallen. You're always unintentionally funny. I quite enjoyed it.
Fucking tilts his head confusedly.
Lachlan will say, well, I guess there's a thing or two I still am surprised about mortals. The ability
Olin,
to spew some
You were the
shit.
first person I ever met that I thought I could depend on, no matter what.
I let you down twice in your presence. That should have alluded to something else.
You never let me down. Failing isn't letting me down. Choosing this is the first time you've ever let me down. But I thank you for the time that I could count on you.
Count on someone better. His gaze, not even consciously, just drifts towards Bernard.
You've given me no other choice. Good luck.
And with that, your final words to Volan, you can see Lachlan's flames kind of go into Volan as it slowly takes over him, and his eyes are filled with divine light. And your guys' spirit bodies are snapped back into the real world, the material plane. And when you guys come to your senses, you find that Volan is gone. His body no longer there, but what's left is in Bernard's hand, the sword ignited with a more ferocious flame than before.
His body is gone, did you say?
Yeah, his body's gone.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And Bernard, you just hear the final words of Volan says to call for him when needed.
There's a final ringing in your ears, Bernard, as you grip the sword tight. And you'll just hear, "Do not tolerate your enemies. Make examples of them." And it fades.
We go. We're freeing my people now.
Indeed.
As Bernard stares into the flame.
That's interesting.
If you guys see Alexander's face, you see no hint of sorrow or sadness. You only see anger.
Mm.
Maxwell will unstopper a little flask, pour one out. Rolling. And and light one of his cigars.
Well, that's one less spirit coming to me for help to get closure. I'm happy he's found it.
Don't think. No, there's no point talking about it.
That man will never find closure. He doesn't want it.
Go.
So, what does the party do now?
How buffed is that fucking sword now? Because it was already OP as shit.
I will adjust it after the session. Okay.
You're welcome.
I sent the letter to the mage.
Do I have to
lady.
attune to this? Sorry, do I have
Is
to
she
attune to
here or coming?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's fucking worth it.
Aldara is actually waiting for you. You would have Alfred would have told you while this
Okay.
all happened.
Anyway, we need to put that behind us. We have important matters ahead of us. Yes, Bernard, including your people. We need to go speak with Aldara, and then we'll be on our way.
Well, that was Bernard, but that's me.
Is it an hour to attune to the sword with my weapon mastery?
It's 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I'll throw the other leaf-bladed sword
Okay,
to the ground.
sure.
Something,
you-
I don't know.
Can you add saving Bernard's people to the list?
Sure. I could do that.
It's not really something we'll do if it's not on the list, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Bernard, are you throwing this out? As Maxwell tries to heft the leaf-bladed sword up off the ground.
Man, now we have to deal with Sanguisier instead of Volin. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. I'm gonna be honest, that's why I was trying so hard to get him back.
Oh.
I have no need of it.
Alrighty. Do you mind if I toss it in my sack?
Do whatever you will with it.
Alright. Thanks.
Saving the Ursines.
Including Bernard's wife and child.
Let's go. I decided that if Roland did come back, he wouldn't be the same character at that point.
Yes, he's currently an avatar of Lachlan.
Even if I came back to play him,
Okay, so
he'd be
out of character,
not
the
good.
one time Bernard calls for him is the one time Volan will be allowed to exist again.
Be Volan.
Yes. But in the meantime, he's off somewhere else.
Yeah. If I came back to play him again, Volan was already an asshole with like a few redeeming qualities that were slowly being brought to light.
Yep.
All the redeeming qualities would have been stripped away because he would have seen that as the fucking weakness, and he would have just been a prick. Yeah, and I didn't want to play that.
That's fair.
How close are we, though?
The power of friendship stuff, he didn't fucking care. None of that rang any bells with him. There wasn't enough development on the actual friendship side for him.
Yeah, pretty good.
But Bernard's words of like fighting back, fuck honor and all that kind of shit. That was the closest that I got. That's why.
I was going for the revenge angle, but
yeah, he kind of gave up on. Yeah, he basically just kind of gave up. It was just kind of the warrior words. But even then.
All right. Well, Alfred tells you that Aldara is waiting in the lobby for you.
right.
And, do go to
Let's
that.
put this behind us and go move on with our lives.
So,
Speak to Aldara.
yeah. So as you go into the main hall, you are greeted with once again a very attractive individual.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just show this to you lot again. Once again.
Individual. Oh,
Ah, damn.
Aldara.
Oh yeah, baby.
that's Aldara?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Aldara.
I thought she was older.
She's like 30. She got those Asian genes, you know what I mean? Surely. But yeah, so Aldara is here in the lobby, and she says, well, greetings, Lady Alexandra. Nice to see you again. I notice you have some new people in your company.
Yep, we sure do.
Hello.
She kind of looks at Sanguisir and it says, well, the two new ones definitely seem to be adept at magic, but that one looks at Sanguisir. There's something off about you.
He has an interesting story.
I don't doubt
he
it.
was, we'll just say he's been around for a while.
Right.
But he was in hiding.
That makes sense for a magic user in Aurora.
More napping.
Sure. If that's how you want to play it out.
Anyway,
Yes, so
Yes, did the chains have a purpose, or is it just aesthetics?
look, fashion is a very important thing as a mage. I think.
Oh, I am well
yes,
aware.
yes. I look at you.
Okay.
You are very well dressed.
I'm just curious.
Anyways.
Pull it off well.
Thank you. So, Alexandra, I received your letter. What was it that, any specifics that we need to go into detail?
yeah. Why did I call her here again?
I think it had to do with Sanguisir.
Yeah.
Question about why Rizard
Right.
isn't known, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Rizard.
What do you know of Rizard?
Rizard. That doesn't ring a bell. I think it kind of opens up her spellbook. Not the only. I don't keep just spells in here, but if I recall, the oldest mage, at least I assume you're talking about old mages.
Yes.
The oldest one I have for you is yes, it's Alarin. He's an elf after all.
And how long ago was that?
Alarin is quite old for a wizard. But I mean, I guess that's kind of the goal. He is an elf after all.
Mhm.
It seems to be in line with about... Alarin is about, if I recall, 300, 200, around there in age.
I see.
He's very meticulous.
Sanguisir here tells me that Rizard is the one that founded the Mages Guild here in Drora.
Less the
Oh,
Mages Guild, and more like your entire bedrock of you learning and everything.
Huh.
How is it that you have no record of him?
I'm not too sure. The previous guildmaster was not exactly the best bookkeeper, but I mean, we're only human. I imagine there was bound to make mistakes, but for us wizards, that seems unlikely. They are pretty good at our bookkeeping.
Do you think he was intentionally wiped from your records?
That is possible. Is there anything of achievement that Rizard was known for? This person you speak of?
What's Sanguisir know?
Yeah, he knows a few things.
Yeah.
Well, he pushed the boundaries of arcane magic quite a bit. Made tons of spells, as far as I'm aware. Master in, what's the term for it? Timey-wimey magic. Chronergy, something like that.
She kind of looks and flips through another book that she has. People of importance that, or well, if I recall from what we've learned, are quote-unquote founding wizards, at least in the subjects you've touched on, go to, well, Alarin and Renan. Renan seems to be more of recent addition, but he said he made breakthrough in chronergy magic.
Has Renan
Renan-
been around
He is, well, for
that you know of?
he passed, well, considering he passed away and did not return when you guys came back. Renan was only,
Okay. Mm.
assumed so. And he looks at you, Alexandra, and you didn't tell him. But Renan is a human, as far as I'm concerned. Or as far as I was aware of.
Well, he must have made some very large breakthroughs in chronergy magic. As Renan, we have found proof that he was around when Wizard was around over 200 years ago.
That's odd. Renan is only, well, we knew him as the prodigy 15 years ago when he was known as the youngest, researcher of wizardry. And ever since then he made a name for himself as a champion of the people.
Well, perhaps the reason he was such a prodigy is he wasn't quite as young as he appeared.
I know the city has always been against the use of illusion like magic, and there have been many barriers set in place and plenty of areas where anti-magic has been installed. I'm unsure how he would have bypassed such things.
Perhaps it wasn't illusion.
Now that you mention it, yes, you say that, but I saw Renan do one thing once. I don't know the context behind it. I just saw the tail end. It looked close to what Rizzard and I suppose yourselves, as he gestures towards Alexandra and Jin, could do.
Aldara's gonna kind of like raise an eyebrow, but she's not gonna pry too much. Are you saying it's more natural in terms of ability?
Yeah, it was the one. It stuck out to me as the one thing that reminded me of what Rizzard could do. I didn't know Renan super well. He's just kind of, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, acquaintances. I think he liked me very much. Couldn't imagine why.
So, the question remains about Rizzard. Why isn't he spoken of? I'd like to meet this elf that you talk about.
Alarin?
Yes.
If I recall, I do believe he was in the Elf Kingdom right now. Another wonderful wizard by the name of Alfred had just passed away. He was basically the protector of the Elf Kingdom, and he seems to be, or has taken over that position. I could summon him here. He is part of Mage Guild. I would imagine it's not too much trouble for him, but
Yes. Summon him here. We have some business to attend to up north. But we'd like to speak with him when we return.
I can get that arranged. Though
Tell him an old friend wants to see him.
an old friend. He kind of looks around. Okay, sure.
I think he'll know what it means.
Sure. I will say
I have a theory, guys.
I will say he is quite. He comes off as a little privileged, I guess. He definitely has some sort of complex going on.
Aren't all mages?
I mean, yeah, but
I mean, look at how you're dressed. No offense, you do look.
hey,
great,
I mean, thank you, but look,
She looks wonderful.
look, okay,
Certainly a style.
It's how it is.
it's definitely a lifestyle, okay? Look.
I understand.
Anyways. All right, I will get that done. Is there anything else you wanted to know? But I mean, yeah.
Yes. Aldara, what do the mages know about Waterdeep?
What's Waterdeep?
It looks like that's where Sanguisir came from, based on
Sure,
his
let's go with that.
papers.
I have no recollection of Waterdeep. Is that like a state of being or something?
Something like that.
Hmm. So nobody in the Mages Guild has an idea of Waterdeep. Like, it doesn't exist at all.
I don't know what
Oh,
you're
you're
trying to
definitely
reference.
behind Wizard then.
I think that's a question we'll have to answer at a later date.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
Okay. One more thing, Aldara. Like, Jin has trouble remembering memories from what happened at a certain point. Would you be able to help her remember? Anything would help us in our quest.
Okay. Aldara looks at Jen and says, "May I?"
You could.
Okay, she's gonna give you the full 360-degree inspection. Look at you with intensity. And she says, "Are you cursed by any chance?"
I'm not sure. I was put in a coma for a long while.
Oh, fun. Okay. She takes out her spell book and she's gonna cast Remove Curse on you. Are you cursed?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, nothing happens. Seems unaffected. He's gonna say, Maxwell, do you by any chance have a vial?
Just
or
a regular
flask?
vial.
A flask, anything. A
Plenty.
potion. Yeah, one used for potions.
Of course. I reach into the haversack and hand it over.
Okay. She is then going to just brew some magic up, and she's just gonna say some magical words, and just says, "Okay." And then your vial's filled with some sort of liquid. This should be of use, but I think you might need to touch up on it to double check, Maxwell. I know you're more alchemical than I am, but it should give you the effects of some sort of restoration, but I think you'll need to work on that.
Righty. Well, I'll take that and take it to my lab back at Alexandra's.
Well,
All
we're
right.
here.
We are here.
Oh, we are here. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
She's just gonna say, yeah, just give it to her, and then if that doesn't work, then I have nothing else for you. I'm not exactly. This is more something a cleric would do, and well, the cleric of Lackland is not exactly. Well, yeah, I already know your guys' relationship with Alaric, so I don't think that's gonna happen. He's the only one really strong enough to really do that type of things. At least as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thank you for your help.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
We're gonna prepare for our journey north, and we'll see you when we return.
For sure. As she walks away, he says, "Yeah, I'm not really too sure what happened with this wizard guy, but I wish you luck, and maybe let me know, because I think I'll have to fill in the blanks back at the tower. Maybe I
Best
can
of
mark
luck
this to
on your research.
Max. I mean, yep. And as she opens the door, she kind of just teleports away.
Yep.
Appreciate the politeness of opening the door for her.
Opening the door.
Okay.
Guys, I think Alarin is wizard.
Alarin is wizard. Okay.
That's my theory.
That'd be interesting.
Sanguisir, I think you might be the only one that can confirm that for us when and if we meet him. So.
Sure.
Oh, I
It'd
should
be
have said
interesting to see if he's still alive.
Alarin's full name. His name is Blue Frost, by the way. Alarin Blue Frost.
Okay.
Just so you guys can write that down.
Alarin.
Said I was helping him research trans-dimensional travel. He also spoke about a place called the Eternal Root. And then Sanguiseer, smile still in place, of course, turns around at his waist, so his body's weirdly horizontal, and looks back towards Volan's body was, and that whole debacle happened. And you see him tilt his head for a moment. Huh. I wonder.
Jin, I would say when you were in your coma, the Eternal Room is something you would have heard. Like in your dreams, whether it was fact or fiction, that's up for debate, but that's definitely something you would have heard.
Eternal room.
Yes, the Eternal Room.
Okay.
Okay, I'll bite. Okay.
Curious.
Sanguiseer, what are you wondering about?
I'm just curious if we happen to stumble upon the same place Rizzard did. Or a variation of it.
Oddly, everything we've encountered so far seems to be connected in ways that we could not have predicted. So it would not surprise me.
Who knows? Then again, his version of it said it could grant godlike abilities. So who knows?
I guess we'll find out.
I think Renan was quite jealous of it over that discovery.
But right now, I think Bernard has some pressing matters that we need to get to.
About time.
That might be
Ah,
the
yes,
first
people in
thing
need
we-
of saving.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Right now, look at Jin. Does Jin have any weapons on her?
No. Wait. Out of character, I'm assuming that my sword / short sword is magical and not physical. Question mark?
Yeah, I'll say like, I mean, technically your other thing, the one above it, is like
Uh-huh.
your actual weapon, but like that one, I don't know if that should really be there or not. It doesn't really matter. Maybe you actually have
Okay.
just the dagger, I think.
Okay. Just that, as he said.
The dagger?
Oh,
How much do we know of spellblades? Do we know if like they're swords or something that they can conjure?
You want Bernard know?
I would, okay, so from using the rules what you used last time, you would know that spellblades obviously vary. Like Blade Singers, for example, are a spellblade, where they
Yep.
actually use weapons. There can be ones where they just are able to create their own weapons through magic means. And then
We
the
get
one,
the idea that she's more of like a hexblade warlock than a spellblade, or like a spellslinger wizard, or spellblade wizard,
I would argue, yeah, you probably get the idea.
blade singer. Sorry.
okay.
But
Okay, Paul.
Jin can be more than happy to probably show herself, I think. It's up to her.
Bernard ask.
Yeah, that's
Do
a
you
good
need
one.
weapons or armor?
No, I'm good.
Let's
How
get
about
going.
healing potions? Sanguiseer, Jin.
Healing potions.
Mm.
I
You
would
come.
appreciate
You
some.
don't have one? Okay, I have two. I'll give one to each of you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Pick a character. So, Vince and then 1, 2. I don't see Sanguiseer though. I see Poisonous Snake.
It's okay. I'll give it to him.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, I guess maybe he's a poisonous snake.
I know, yeah. Like,
Hey.
Okay.
We thought he was a vampire, something else with fangs.
What?
As you give him the potion, he goes, "Ah, thank you." And then you see him take off his hat and then put it in his hat.
A hat of
Yeah.
holding.
And then you see him go about elbow deep into it. And then pulls out a red dragon scale cloak that he then throws around himself. We're heading out then.
We are. As soon as
Wonderful.
we get packed up and ready to leave.
Well, ready when you are.
Just wonderful.
And gives a smile.
Okay, so as you guys are prepping to head out, what do you guys remember and or know about Earth Signs, the Earth Signs, and what's going on with them?
I
This one-
got church and orcs warehouse near river, and they have a door guy that checks people to make sure, or that helps facilitate the trade.
Okay.
I just remember they may not be nearby, huh?
It's
Let me-
by the the warehouse district where we got
Yeah, do
Victor.
we know that for certain though?
It's on the knowledge of fuck. What's his fucking name? I hate this. I can't
Kirk?
remember. Kirk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, I remember the mirrors, and then Bernard seeing his wife and child being enslaved.
Mhm.
Yes.
We'll save them. Bernard.
Okay. So, as the party gets ready to depart, where to next?
Can I say one thing to the animals though?
Sure. I mean, they're just in, Volan's animals are here until they die, effectively.
Oh, okay.
So,
I want to speak in a direction. Follow me if you will, but Volan will not be at this battlefield. That's all you say.
okay. I think, Blight and Scourge, as well as Ravage, will, at least for now, it will seem, they will stay put.
Okay.
All right. So, to the warehouse district, I suppose, or to the northern part of the city, at least.
Yep.
Okay. Well, on that note, we will end session 26 here.
All right.
Awesome.
Wow.
So I will say, scheduling before we leave.
Yep.
Since I'm getting laid off in 2 weeks, I don't need to do this adjusted schedule. So if we want to go back to the regular time, that's fine. It's up to
Hell
you
yeah.
guys.
Regular time is fine with me.
Yeah. So
It'd be good.
yeah,
I don't know what the
what's-
regular time is.
it would be
Yeah.
9 p.m. your time.
Great.
6:30, 6. Yeah. So otherwise, if we can play on the 2nd of June, that's completely fine with me.
Yep, that works.
2 weeks?
Yep, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Remember, this is usually a bi-weekly or maybe
yeah, this is
3
the,
times.
The 2 weeks.
It's
yeah.
either bi-weekly or we play 3 times if people are all up for it. That's it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like 2 or 3 weekends out of the month, bro. Like, what else could you ask for? I know you
Yeah.
want to play more.
Or... Alrighty, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a
Alright.
good session, guys. Before we leave, what is one thing you liked and one thing you disliked? Please tell me.
Yes.
I love feedback.
Well, I dislike Volan.
Right. That should have been the case throughout the entire run of the campaign.
Kind of mad at him for sure.
Again, you would have
Um,
disliked him more if I actually brought him back.
Yeah, it would have been a pain in the ass.
He would have just been a prick, because I couldn't see any reasonable way to bring him back as he was.
I
at
do
that
like
point.
the mystery behind Sanguisier and Renan and Rizzard and how they're still around even though they should have been dead a while ago. So that's a good mystery to try to solve, I guess.
Okay. Anyone else? If you have any feedback for me, of course, you don't have to, but I like it to hear it.
Oh, it's for me. It's all likes.
Okay.
I like that it feels like we started on time, and versus
Yes.
starting at the time and then winging what's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that one is much appreciated, and and then the other was well, actually, it's not really alike. It would have been awesome to see Jared do two characters. Like,
Oh, that one.
that would be something.
As a
that
DM,
early.
that's the worst.
Yeah, it is the worst.
When two NPCs have to talk to each other, no thanks.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you. I love you too. Put 'em together.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it, man.
Anyone else have anything else to say?
I love pulling the void card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky, by the way. You're actually lucky.
So
Like-
how did he?
Yeah, how did I
did he
survive
come
that? How'd that go?
It's your wild magic. Like unironically, like that's it.
What did he roll on a wild magic?
Okay, he literally needed. Okay, it was literally a 50-50 if it was gonna be good or bad. So if I asked him to roll a D100 for his
Yeah,
wild
you got
magic.
58, right?
No, that was something else. He got rolled a 51. So
Okay.
if he rolled the other like 49 or whatever,
Yep.
yeah, his character's dead. Like you're not getting him back.
Oh.
Okay, would you ever play Volan if Sangursay died? Went away.
Potentially. Because again, if he come back, he wouldn't be the same. Like I couldn't justify it in any other way other than like he believed that the budding like kindness in him or like that those feelings of friendships was the cause of his weakness. So that probably won't went away. So it would have been like a maybe kind of thing. He probably would have been pretty dead inside if he did.
Yeah.
I had one other idea for a character, which is my other replacement. So
You were considering playing Growl, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Growl.
So we'll see. Otherwise, if no one has any other feedback, are we okay with playing next weekend on Sunday at this same time that we started today?
Next weekend?
Yeah.
So it's
It would be at 2 p.m.
May
PST.
26.
Yeah, 26.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
think
Okay,
it's
why
supposed to-
not?
Okay. And then we can play on the 26th instead.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Save the Earth signs.
Save the Earth Signs.
Yep.
Can you update? What is weapon update going to be from right now?
It's gonna be one attack. Well, this is okay. This is not final. It's not final, but you're gonna get basically a once per day smite.
Ooh.
That coupled with how fucking strong that sword is in the first place.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see.
That sword does fucking 2d8 damage plus 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, hold on.
Nice.
Does it matter if I do it one hand or two hand?
Nope.
Nope.
You can use it one-handed as a
Yeah,
two-handed sword.
yeah.
Oh, so I should just do one hand then.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
get
well,
a shield
it's
now.
it's a great sword you can use with one hand. That was one of the caveats with
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
I need a shield.
That's why Volan could use the +1 shield. I don't know if that dropped along his body or if he took that with him.
I think it was just the sword that was left behind, right?
Yeah, just the sword.
I was going to lose the armor in it.
I'll just take this shit here, Rodney.
I will honor you, friend.
Okay. But yeah, that was
Alright.
session 26.
Cool.
A plot for power.
All good.
Finally wrapping things up soon enough, guys. Yeah.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
thanks
Next week,
everyone.
Sunday,
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
p.m.
See you next
Yeah.
week.
Next week.
Ciao, ciao.
All right.
Yeah.
Live stream.
Guys.